Alright guys, I'm going to attempt to work on this a little bit more. I'm going to record this now and upload it later on though. Just do it as a private stream for now because there's going to be probably a good amount of just troubleshooting and stuff, so it'll save you guys from watching me constantly delete and replace things non-stop, so this will probably be muted most of the time too, so I'm still trying to figure out the layout that I want to do. I did replace the center with glass, just clean up some of the floor tiles I didn't need, so I'm going to attempt to figure out my walls and my roof now, because that's going to be a little bit of experimenting. So I've done something similar, but I haven't done this type of setup before, so it might be a lot of just building and deleting, so a lot of troubleshooting. So alright, I'm going to mute for now. do like is with the wood, because it's so much thinner, you can actually see if you do miss a glitch where the wire goes in a funky direction, you can actually see the wires. Or if you end up just missing a glitch in general, at least you can see if you did, before you delete stuff and then realize, that you did miss one. I tend to do this a lot when I'm building, just to double check, just to make sure I don't miss anything, The same thing like with my arrows. I can see what direction they're pointing, stuff like that. I double check myself a lot, maybe too much, but so this is going to be the setup for my hopefully the first section of my roof. I'm going to use short walls and curve them in until I get to a full, a full floor width. Then I'm going to go up another level, and then I'm just going to finish off with probably just glass panels, or I might use like a glass roof piece, one or the other, whatever looks better. But this is my first time doing this setup. I did one similar on a distant world base that I did, but it was only one level. I assume that I can just replicate it, just to get the double curve, but I don't know. It's one of those things I'm going to have to kind of mess around with, see how it looks. because my plan is to go something kind of like this. I just have to figure out all my spacing. So it might take a few different tries, get a few different measurements, and go from there. And another thing is when I do the second level, I might have to actually use, like 3/4 as opposed to a full length on these. I don't know what's going to happen with it, so your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, like I'm going to have to move these in, I think, also. Because that's pretty much the slope I want to go for. So I think I'm actually going to have to move this in another half. It's either that or pull from this other wire, which is another option. And see which one looks better. And doesn't take up, 20,000 pieces. See, like this is a much smoother curve. The other one's pretty sharp. And that's going to be too far for me. Yeah, it's way too smooth of a curve. Because that's going to end up being like, twice the height that I want. So I have to go to this first design. So I'm going to have to move all these back over a little bit. Yeah, trial and error. That's what a lot of building is in this game. Just trying to figure out different ways to do things. Okay. If I move this out, I think it'll line right up, or be really, really close. If the game will let me. I have to move that. I'm pretty sure I gotta move it in a half a floor. Make that line up. Yeah. It's going to be about as close as we get. I could shimmy that in, but I kind of like how it overlaps. Alright, so that second row needs to get moved out. Pretty easy solution, actually. And these are going to move. I've got to delete all of this again. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing this live, because I'm sure after, 20 minutes of watching me do this, it will probably get pretty old pretty quick. Then I'd get distracted and start thinking about other crap. So these are going to move out to that position, but I can't use that position yet. So I will get my first curve, put my first curve in, put up walls, put the top short wall on, and then re-glitch the next ones. Okay. Doesn't sound too bad, actually. I'm gonna go grab a drink, use the bathroom real quick. So I'll be back. now that it's nighttime, I forgot to pick what color I wanted for my short walls, so I'll just get started on the next level of this stuff. And when the sun comes out, I'll finally pick a color. Alright, all these. And I'm not sure if the second level is going to be too narrow. Because as you go up, the pieces get shorter, so I have no idea what the second level is going to look like, so I might have to mess around with that as well. I'm hoping I don't have to, but it is what it is. When I get this first level done, I just want to check this, make sure. Yeah, it lines up just like the other one did. So, I mean, there could be a small micro adjustment there to bring that in, but honestly, I don't know if it's worth the trouble. You know, if this was something that was going to be seen by a lot of people or something, I would probably do the micro adjustment. It might throw off everything on the inside, though. Unfortunately, that's what happens. So I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I might be able to make an adjustment on the very top. That's a really small tolerance, though. See if I can do a quick little trial run of that just to see how much those close up. I hope it's not a lot, but it is what it is. It might look fine. Let's see here. be honest, that was a lot better than I was expecting. So I won't have to. I was worried that I was going to have to make one of these uh, like a 3/4 instead of a full, the length. I was worried that I could still do like a little adjustment on them, but I kind of like the pattern it's making, so I think I'll just stick with it. I just have to be really careful when I do these top ones, because it is kind of hard to hit that last glitch point. But I think this is going to look pretty good, actually. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Yeah, I was really worried about that, the way it would overlap, so. And then what I'll do is, once I figure out actually I think my measurement's going to be the same. Peak here. Whoops. It will terminate right there. Yeah, it lines up just like the other one. So that'll be nice. Then I can just come in with these. And just have a glass ceiling. Or if I wanted to, I can go over to these. Do some, actually, I think I might do that. Actually, is that exactly too high? Yeah, that is more than 2. It's 3 highs. Oh, awesome. That will actually give me a nice, tall ceiling. I was going to do a second story, but I think I'm going to do a second story, but not fully. I'll do it as like a big like catwalk around the top with the open all, you know. This whole center part here will be open all the way up to the ceiling, and then have, 1 or 2. Well, actually, it'll probably be only 1. Yeah, it will only be 1 floor width. Have that be elevated all the way around the inside, and leave this whole center open all the way up to the ceiling. I want to do some type of like a chandelier type thing in the middle. So, nice. I'm really glad I don't have to do a bunch of adjustments on those. I was dreading that. If I were to go one more level of these, I would probably have to, I would definitely have to adjust it, because I don't mind them sticking out a little bit like that, but once you get, into an area where they look like that, that's what I want to avoid. If that were to happen, then I would have to do something like this. Whoops. Do that, copy that, move that into place, delete that. But it would be on the opposite side of it though, which is going to be a nightmare to try to line up. See what I mean? Pretty much you would have half of the short wall here, and then half of it right there. Like if I were to do these, I could terminate them perfectly. Well, as perfect as possible. I would have to do this. I have to keep my mark here, move that over. No, that still wouldn't work. I would have to move that in. Yeah, that's what I'd have to do. Move that and then put that there. And do the same thing on this side. So you see how much time that could take up? Especially when everything doesn't want to snap together. Yeah, you just end up with snap points everywhere. You end up building from the bottom. That's why I make it a lot easier. If I delete that. Give me this. No, I would have to terminate both sides. Oh man, I'm glad I'm not doing that. Yeah, that is not fun. Yeah, and that's how you reach a lot of pieces really, really quick. Now let's see about picking the color I want on these, because it's such a dark floor and I want a light color. So I don't know if any of these are even going to look good. God, the color choices suck on this stuff. Alright. So those should all glitch in the same way. So that's probably my best bet for the lightest one. I kind of wish I could go with a green color, but this game does not want us to have green anything. Their color palettes are a joke. That's something they really need to work on. But I think pine mahogany is going to do the job for the roof. Alright, I'm going to finish laying all these out. And then I'm going to start glitching stuff in here. I'm just glad all that stuff lined up. I really didn't want to have to do too much work, you know. Something like doing that roof adjustment, I mean, that could have taken hours to do, and I don't have hours to do that, so. Alright. that work just to get glitch points. And then I gotta still do, what is it, five or six of them on the bottom and top. Yeah. Whole lot of glitches. I have all my wires in place now. Now, what I should do is kind of figure out my roof. Like, I can't put my walls in yet because what happens is my walls are going to be kind of glitched together, so I lose access to this. I won't be able to put a short wall on top, so I have to actually build the bottom of my roof before I even begin to put the walls up, which is, kind of doing everything backwards, but it's, I should have left those other ones in place, damn it. Yeah, I just deleted a bunch of walls that I could have used. I wasn't thinking. Here we go again. Put them all back now. Oh boy. Put in my first thing of short walls, and they don't want to rotate. Why am I not surprised? Why does the game do this? Why can't I just do that? God, that is one of the most annoying things about this game. It seems like it happens every single time I try to build anything, too. Just annoying shit like this that shouldn't be in the game, you know? This is why it takes 60 hours to do a build, you know? If I didn't care what it looked like, I'd just slap it together. And it doesn't matter how many times you send it to Zendesk. I'm pretty sure Zendesk is just a joke. I don't even think they look at that thing half the time. It's either that or they just don't care. I don't think it's the, I'm pretty sure they do care though, but it seems like they're more worried about adding in new things to the game instead of fixing all the stuff that's broken in it. Case in point, where's this lovely little thing? This lovely part that's been in the game for, what, a year and a half now? Why is there still a disc on the top of this? That's a collision disc. That's not supposed to be there. I don't even know how many times I've, complained about it on Zendesk. Fix your stuff, guys. I don't think anybody over there pays bills anyway. They're more worried about, playing with settlements and worrying about stuff rendered in space. How about, fixing some of these build mechanics that have been broken for 2 years. Alright, that's enough of me whining. I'm gonna go mute. That way I don't lose all my followers. looks like I'm gonna have to make a couple calls actually, so probably skip ahead a bit. I'm probably gonna be like a good 5 minutes, something like that. So, alright, I'll be back. It's one of the reasons I don't stream all that much. I'm trying to get quite a few phone calls and distractions, so I always feel like a jerk having to, you know, take a break in the middle of everything just to go take care of stuff. I'd be streaming a lot more if I didn't have a bunch of distractions. It is what it is. I do this mainly just so if I have a question on how I do something, I have a reference point to come back to. I mean, as it is, like this, I'm streaming right now, but it's private, so that's like a twofold thing, you know. If it's just me spending, 3 hours of just troubleshooting and getting nothing done, then it's something that's not worth posting, so. Whereas this, I might need this stream one day for a reference on how I did this stuff, so. If I don't do a video, I have to sit there and troubleshoot even more just to figure it out, so. I'd rather do this than not. Alright. Why did those conversion differently? Huh. Oh, what some of those walls are different. Alright. Now I think I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Aren't I? Oh wait, no, I won't have to. And just glitch right onto the wire with those. Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out my roof. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so I'm gonna have a different color here anyway for these. This will be a light. Hopefully I can make this be similar. Pine and mahogany. I'm gonna see if I can, I'm gonna have to mess around my colors on the top because I want to try to get a decent color, but I don't have to worry about that right now. Right, because I know, let's bring this over here to get a better idea. I know this is going to terminate here, so what I'm going to want to do, like I can put these in after the fact. I can snap them in there okay. So I might just, let me see how many I'll probably do two, yeah, I'll do 2 rows like that. And then I think I'm going to switch over to these for the very center. Like I'm not going to need one there. I think I only need 8 of them, but I think I need 8 and then 1 in the center, if I remember right. Because what I was thinking was running wires. Delete one of those out. I would like to be able to dress it up a little bit. So I might do something with these. They poke through, but you got that light right there. So, see, this is what takes me forever, is just looking at things and saying, no, that looks like crap, or like that doesn't look too good in the center, but if I push it over towards the edge, I think I might like that. I want to bring it down a little though. I did something similar, and I can't remember how I did it. I think it was just this, then one of these. I don't think it was anything too crazy. Yeah, it'd be like that. Okay. But I actually kind of want to drop it down more. Um, let's see. Oh, there's still too much. I don't want it to float. That's something that I'm gonna have to do an adjustment for. If I even need it, actually. Yeah, that's something I'll experiment with later on. With these. I think I only need to have like 8 of them. Maybe not. Oh my god, just... Okay. Yeah, there'll be 8 of them, and then I can just do a square right in the center. What I'm gonna do before that... Let's see how tall these are. I want to do something with these trees, but see, that's going to end up being way up at the top. So I am going to have to step these up. Which I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might just raise these each time. Because that's way too close to the ground. So I'll do that. Step up. Do that. Step it up. Step up the center one. Yeah, I do this just for like a quick reference on how something's gonna actually look. See, that I can live with. Yeah, I don't want it to be, you know, so low that you run into it, but I also don't want it to be, you know, really high up either. So what I'll end up doing, I'm just gonna set it now. I'm just gonna get a center point up top and flip it around. What am I looking for? Overhead door. I like to pull my lines all the way out, like out pretty far. That way, if they do get buried in something, I can still have access to it. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually do a little tiny one here. Just so if I do accidentally delete the wire, I can get it back if I can get a glitch point. You know, I'll do something like this so that there's just a little wire out here that I can tie back into if I need to. That's how I kind of back myself up a little bit. And typically I'll leave the floor on top of that just so if I do start clicking everywhere and I delete something by mistake, I have to actually delete 2 pieces to make it disappear. So that's what I'll end up doing there. I'll just step them up each time. And actually I just screwed that up. I'm gonna do this a different way because I want an upside down circle here. For that, I'll do the same type of thing, except I'll build these way out, and I'll use the light floor to flip it. So, do is light floor. You know, typically you do it in that direction, but if you go this direction, it'll be upside down. So, let's do that. Rid of that. Run my wire. And with these, I always leave the light floor until the end, just so I have a measurement, a reference point if I have to come back to it. Now this connector should be upside down, if the game will let me connect to it. But you can see, once I glitch onto it a bit, I don't know what's up with the friggin' wires lately, but this is another thing that eventually Hello Games needs to address. You can see it's flipped upside down, so. And considering that's like that, I'm actually gonna have to do this again because this thing is raised up, and when I glitch my trees in, I want them to be as high as possible. So I'm gonna actually have to do another center point here. So I'll get back to that. I don't want to go and set everything up and then have it not be completely ready, because I don't know how big of a centerpiece I want to do here anyway. So I do want to do something with these lower cubes as well. Maybe something with capillary shells or something. So. But yeah, I am gonna put these in just in case I have one that doesn't want to line up right. At least I'll have one already in place so that it acts as a reference point more than anything. That way I can easily just move everything. I'm gonna end up changing the color on these anyway, so. I don't know why I'm bothering to flip them around. Oh, old habit, I guess. Alright, do a quick save here and delete some of this stuff. I'm gonna start putting in my short walls. It looks like I'm gonna have to do this adjustment again. Oh, why? I should have pulled from the other direction. that's the last time I have to do that in this build. That is a colossal pain in the ass. I'm gonna go have a quick drink here. Wait for the sun to come up. It's always friggin' nighttime when I want to do something. I wish there was a way just to turn on daytime, so we can actually see what you do. A little light thing's a piece of crap, so. Alright, I'll be back in a couple minutes here. Grab a water. I'll use the bathroom at the same time. get too carried away with putting the roof on. I should really get like my balcony area figured out, because it's can be quite a challenge once you get everything enclosed with a roof on. Trying to get an elevated floor inside of the building can be not fun at all. So I don't know what I want to do though. So what I was thinking is have the entrance. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna have for a centerpiece here. I was thinking, okay, I was gonna do 2 stairways. Usually just start rolling in here. I don't know how big that centerpiece is gonna be, so that's gonna kind of block that whole thing right off. So yeah, see what I mean about trying to put a floor in when it's even more of a pain when you have a roof on. So it's going to be stairs going up. Originally I was thinking about, you know, doing a staircase. See, what I tend to do is, like, if you look at, you see how that floor tile's a different color? That light table, or light block, whatever the hell they call it, light floor. That's my center. That's where my door is going to be. So what I was going to do is come over a couple, you know, maybe 2 or 3, you know, put that there. I was going to do a stairway here, no, down one. Do a stairway here, but typically these things look all wonky. Yeah, because they don't like to snap to the floor. So you have to kind of improvise. If you go to a small, yeah, even if you do a small, it looks stupid. So I don't know, trying to put stairs on a curb, it never looks good unless you actually go and make like a curved stairway. But that's just a ton of work, and they never look good, you know. So what I'm thinking is, actually, I'll probably have the stairs right in the middle, hell with it. Then come out this way. And then have my floors going all the way around. Do something like that. I can always figure out the center point after, you know. Depending on what I end up with here, you know, with what's in the center, I can always adjust to that. But, just start it off. The outer room is always a real pain to get without a roof on it, so I'm going to start with that. Clear that out. Quick save here. I think I saved already, but always good to have another save. So, see if I can find a color that doesn't look horrible. See what I can actually change it into, actually. Because the color palette is not too good. So. I'd like to get a kind of a light color, and I'm not going to get that with a friggin' cube. I really wish they'd work on their color palette because it sucks. Like, none of this wood stuff even changes color, you know. I mean, these have been in the game for what, 2 years now, and they still don't friggin' color, you know. It's like one step forward, 5 steps back sometimes with these guys. We shouldn't have to do this, you know. To get a lighter color if I can. You know, like the color of the traditional wood is kind of what I'm looking for, not like all of these are dark. Let's see, white and gray maybe? Yeah, in what universe is this white and gray? I mean, I do see little hints of different color, but not much. I mean, yeah, the description on that, teal and pink. This is dark blue. You know, come on, guys. Work with me here. You know what? I might just go stone inside. I think I will. For the upper level anyway. You know, that actually looks blue, like I should, you know. Let's see here. That's not beige. I think that'll work. I just want something that's a little bit brighter on the inside. Stick that right there. I think that'll work okay in here. I'm gonna stay mainly with the wood, but I think these will work fine. Yeah, when you have a roof on something like this, it is a nightmare trying to get these things lined up. A lot of times what I find, especially like with the smaller ones, come on. There we go. If you have trouble getting them to snap, if you build from underneath, sometimes that makes things easier. If you have a roof on it anyway. It's like less snap points to it or something. Sometimes it can make things easier to line up. So that's one little trick you can try if you're having issues with it. I'm just trying to get all these floors to go the same way. Like if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of this floor type, there's a large square right in the corner. What I try to do is always line them up the same way. You know, 99% of the people won't even notice that, but it's just one of my little pet peeves. I like things to be uniform. You'll notice in a lot of my builds, I'm big on symmetry, so I like to be symmetrical. You know, it only takes a few extra seconds to do something. So I'd rather line things up right than to kind of half-ass it, and try to get something done quick. I mean, I'm a pretty fast builder, but I do like to make stuff look neat. It only takes a couple extra seconds. So. Although it can try your patience, that's for sure. Especially if you have that one piece that just won't snap in right. Alright, get these things lined up, and then the plan after that is to get all these wires glitched in. I don't know if I'm going to bother putting in all the curves right away or not. But yeah, I think that color works in here. I just wanted something that was brighter because it is kind of dark in here. So once I get it close up, it'll be even darker. So, and we all know how good the lighting system is in this too. So a little extra brightness can make a big difference. Yeah, I don't know why that wall's there, but now it's gone. Alright. Yeah, the downside is now that these floors are in, I can't see my wires, which kind of makes it a pain in the butt. I probably should have put the floors in after. I mean, I can glitch them in, but I like to actually see the ends of my wires. So I might actually not. That's not bad. That'll work. I kind of screw that up because I have the wrong color. I want this one. So, easy enough to fix. That's why I don't delete my wires right away, just in case there's something that. Oh, let's see here. I need to put in another. Oh my god, these walls are not right. I wonder if I can fix that easily. If they're gonna make this difficult. So I thought something looked funky there. What I'm going to have to do is go around again and put in another row of short walls. Yeah, I totally forgot about doing that one. Looks pretty good though. I just have to make sure I have these lined up correctly. Make sure all these are lined up on the left-hand side of the other short wall. I just don't want to have to keep flipping them around again. That takes forever. something that should only take, 2 minutes ends up taking 10. Just because you can't get the short wall to point the right direction. Granted, I could have pulled my wires from the other side, but still. I'm gonna mute here. Yeah, I screwed up my measurements when I did that. When I moved that floor in. So there was a whole section there I didn't even need. And it does sneak through just a little bit, but it actually looks kind of nice. Kind of, end up with the white and the brown on the inside. Actually, makes it look a little bit better, actually. I think so, anyway. All I'll do is I'll just start just laying all these right out. Let's glitch them all right in. Now that I have all my wires there, I won't even have to worry about them after that. Yeah, like I said, I leave my wires in place until the end, or until they get in my way and I can't deal with them anymore. I think that'll look good. It came out better than I thought it was going to. So. The hardest part is just making sure you're on the right, you know, making sure that this thing is correct when you go to glitch it in. Because sometimes it'll do something like, it'll end up all funky looking. You'll notice it more at the top, like when pieces get closer together, they want to snap to the piece next to it instead of the piece, you know, like right now it wants to snap to the top piece. I don't want that. I want it to be the bottom. That's where it can be kind of a challenge, kind of a pain. So you always want to make sure you're glitching on the appropriate point. You'll know right away because everything will look a little bit different when you go to glitch it in. You'll notice right away. Luckily, there's only 10 of these per side. That's still, you know, 320 pieces. Actually, with the ones that are straight up and down, so you're looking at 350, you know, about 350 pieces just to do the roof part. So, I mean, that's where doing this type of stuff is where it really starts to add up. You know, because typically I could just throw in like, you know, 90 pieces to do the roof. But you start doing this, you're looking at like 4 times the amount of pieces. That's why we run into, you know, issues with build limits. Yeah, like if you go to glitch, like if I were to glitch this right now, you know it looks wrong anyway, but they tend to follow. Like when you get, you know, like 2 different sides, if I have that, yeah, of course it wants to sit in there nice and, yeah, but they tend to kind of get warped a little bit, so you just want to make sure you're glitched on the appropriate spot. Sometimes it's easier to build outside, sometimes it's easier to build inside. A lot of times I just mix it up halfway through. That way don't feel like a machine trying to glitch in all this stuff. At least these are nice and easy glitches though. It's just repetitive as hell. But it goes pretty quick. Once you get into the rhythms, quick. Although if you get too comfortable, you end up getting all cross-eyed and, yeah. That's why when I'm doing a bunch of these, I take a little like short break every now and then, just to save on the eyes a little bit. Because your eyes will start playing tricks on you with it. It's not too bad though. Yeah, you see how that one is kind of all wonky like that? That's the type of stuff you want to look out for. You just want to make sure it's sitting nice and flush on top of your last piece, and then do your glitch. And then if you do glitch it in and it looks weird, like you'll know right away. Like if I look at the top of this, everything's all lined up. If you have anything that's kinked a little bit, go back to that area and try to figure out what is wrong with it. And do it right away, because if you don't, and you just continue down the line, the problem gets worse and worse. So, it might be only off by, a fraction of a unit. But if you keep doing that, going down the line, it's just going to get a wider and wider error. So, you want to fix that stuff as soon as possible. A lot of times you'll end up just stopping a build completely just to figure that out. But I think that's going to look nice when it's done. Because I'm going to end up closing up here. I haven't eaten yet, so we'll go throw some dinner together and work on this a little bit more, and we jump on. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, so I might jump on for a little bit tomorrow evening to see what I can get done, because I want to get the roof and stuff done, and then I gotta start working on the interior. Typically my interiors take longer than the structure, so the structures go up pretty quick, and the interior is where I do a lot of troubleshooting of just what I want to put in there, and most of the time I have to actually build stuff. It's not just stuff that is snapped together. So then half the time I need to rip up the floor, rip up the roof to figure out what I want to do. So that's even more, placement and deleting. There's a lot of that involved, and a lot of reloading. Because I have an idea of what I want to do for the centerpiece. Using those trees, those light up trees there, like Pt2 trees, something like that. Yeah, Pt2 trees. A lot of times I like to use these, and I'll group a bunch of them together and make like a nice little display. So I think I'll do that coming down from the roof. I do want to do something with this white block cluster here. It's only a 16, I think. So I might try something with like some stabilized glitches, something like that. Make something kind of funky looking down at the bottom. And put in my stairs, and it would be just like a bunch of couches and all that type of stuff. So, but I'm gonna call it a night and hopefully get on. I'll be on over the weekend. Yeah. Because I don't want to have these videos go live. I want to make sure. I want to make sure that Ender Silver has a chance to see this before I put out too much material. That way he can be like the first one to visit, stuff like that. I think he's gonna start touring these at any point. It might even be this week. So I know he wants to do it this month. So I meant to get over here a couple weeks ago, but I got caught up with real life. So plus I was trying to do all that permadeath crap, and I'm glad that's done. Yeah, that looks pretty nice even from the inside. I like how you can see through. You can see through the slats in the wood. Actually, the sun's coming out now, getting an even better look. Yeah, not bad. It would look better in green, but I'll take this kind of grayish color. So I'll finish up the roof, and then I'll put the sides on and go from there. I'm calling call it a night. I know I've said that like 10 times now, but I need some food. Alright, guys. You have a good night. Thanks for swinging on by, and I will see you next time.